We are tackling the tough subject of when to let go emotionally and physically of your beloved pets. Dr. Wendy King is with Spears Creek Veterinary Clinic. And Dr. King, we decided to do this topic because Ellie Minion, a viewer, wants you to address pet parents about their aging pets, pain meds, end-of-life decisions. She says, it breaks my heart to see aging dogs being walked with drooping hindquarters and struggling to step. And that's a really tough issue. What's your advice as far as when we tackle that subject?
Well, it's never too early or too late to discuss it. And I wish I had a crystal ball to say exactly the time that it needs to happen. But most of the time what I tell clients is there's a couple of things they need to look for. Is the pet eating? And if it stopped eating, older pets may not eat every single day, but if they stopped eating for 3, 4, 5 days, they're starting to give up. The other thing is I want to make sure that the pets can get away from, if they have accidents, older pets are going to have accidents.
Okay,
but
so
if they
that's
have
just
them,
normal.
that's normal. But they've got to be able to get away from the accident. I don't want them to wallow in urine and feces. They need a little bit of dignity.
Yeah.
And lastly is, if they've always been a clingy pet and seeking your attention and they're not seeking that attention anymore, they're kind of going off on their own, they're giving you a big hint that they're ready to go.
And I've heard a lot of people say when the bad days outnumber the good days.
Exactly.
That can be
exactly.
kind of a good indication.
They're going to have bad days, but as long as it's like you said.
When would you advise we make that decision? Because I know how many times I've said I will never let another pet suffer like I did the last one, but then it's when you get into the heat of it, you want so much to prolong their life, but I guess it becomes really a selfish thing for you.
And a lot of times I tell clients that they'll question it, and then one day you wake up and it's just, you look at their little brown eyes and you just know it's time.
And even when they're not doing well, don't they still have some good moments? Because I think a lot of times that's why I keep them alive. Is because you think, well, that was a good moment. They'll have more.
Yes. And you just have to make sure that the good moments are better than, or more often than the bad moments.
And how much would you advise that people go to their vet and kind of get an overall assessment at that point as far as the health?
It really kind of depends on how they're going. I think your veterinarian would be the best one to discuss it with, to say, do we need to recheck in a week or not?
Okay, well, it's never easy. And for any of you going through that right now, I feel for you, because that is just a really tough decision to have to make. To watch the full interview again, follow me on Twitter and Facebook. I'll post the interview shortly. And Dr. King will return shortly during this show to take some of your pet care questions. We'll be back with that in just a moment. But first, some weather. John.